safe, and I know that you're traveling while working, but still, it's nice. You get to see all of these places around the world, and you get to come back with all these new ideas from your travels.
You get so much inspiration from travel. I think we should all travel. I think the government should give us money to just travel when you get to school, right?
Yes! Sharon Grech for PM. So let's look at your photo album. We've got some great photos from some of the places you visited recently, starting with Malta.
Malta is a very special place in my heart. This is in Valletta, which is the capital of Malta. Old. That's a 500-year-old building.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is the contrast of old and new. Nothing much new here, but the old paint colors, that brightness still in it. I think it was painted more than 500 years ago. But when you take a look at the next shot, which is also in Malta, I have a thing with doors. This is also a 500-year-old limestone building, but freshly painted. You know, the doors. So again, you've got that new and that old mix, and I find that so inspiring.
It's gorgeous. I mean, the color palette is gorgeous, and there is something about that really, really old, aged paint that looks absolutely beautiful. It's got that patina, and it just
does. When it looks like it's got a story. It just looks old.
I know. When it's over there,
when it's in Europe,
it's got a story.
It has a story, absolutely. And talk about stories. This was incredible. I was so happy to have a few hours in Athens.
Yeah.
So I had to see the Acropolis. My colleague said we got to go to the museum, and this museum was built so beautifully, the Acropolis Museum, so that it didn't disturb the archaeological find that they discovered. So I just love that contrast again of the talk about old.
Yes.
Old, and then this beautiful modern building that really just, you know, cherishes all of those, cherishes their history. It's just beautiful.
So they've built it in and around the actual dig.
They didn't want to do it right on the Acropolis, so it's off-site. There is one there. It's been there forever, but they moved this off-site. It was finished in 2009.
Wow.
And it didn't disturb, when they were digging, of course, in Athens, everywhere you dig, you find history.
Good stuff.
Yes, so they carefully built around it. So, and inside there's actually glass floor that you can see some of that below. So really, really beautiful.
Of course, the old with the new. You got to take a selfie.
Gotta have a selfie with the Acropolis. I feel really new standing next to that.
You're just a little baby.
Yeah, so that's the Instagram picture.
Now, you also got to go to Romania.
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about your time there.
You know what? It was a quick 9-day trip, so I really only had 2 days in Romania. And I have to say, it is not a place that was on my bucket list, but I am so glad I went. So this was in Bucharest, and we drove around. I took that from the car. Our Benjamin retailer was driving us around, and I'm like, okay, slow down, jumped out the roof, and took the picture. But there's just something really fantastic about, in a way, it's sort of, I don't want to say urban decay, but it is kind of urban decay. There's something beautiful about that. And we saw a lot of abandoned buildings and then street artists taking over. So I think it's a really interesting cultural statement that in that spot. So beautiful, beautiful people. It was a great trip.
Depending on where you travel in Eastern Europe as well, I think it's amazing that some parts are so shiny new, you would never believe the Balkan Wars happened.
Right.
And then other areas, you can see the transformation in the walls, in the ground, in the brick.
Well,
it's incredible.
I realized it was only 20 years post-communism when I was there. I'm like, wow.
That's it.
I was,
it's fairly new, right?
Fairly new. So really fantastic. And overall, from that 9 days, I always get inspired for the show, for my ideas, for homeowners. It was very eclectic. Like, there were very diverse places. I saw very diverse things, talked to different people. So, and I got a hint of spring a little early there. It was a lot warmer when I was there 3 weeks ago than it was here.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to, I was really thinking color. And one thing I noticed overall, which is a real general statement, but the Europeans tend to use color in their objects more than on the walls. I'm working on changing that, let me tell you. But
that's interesting.
And we're a little bit scared sometimes of putting color in our pieces, like in our furniture pieces. It's an investment piece. I want it to be neutral. But funny enough, I came back, saw some items at Home Sense, and there was color in the furniture. Like, I absolutely love this glass console with the orange.
Very nice.
Like, isn't that fantastic? And what I wanted to do with this set is show you how you can use color and really know neutrals, but still make it work and not be too overwhelming.
Yeah, because none of this here is overwhelming, and you've got a lot of pattern going on here. I mean, you've got orange here, you've got pattern on the rug, and a gorgeous pattern on the chair. This is Home Sense?
Isn't that stunning? That is Home Sense.
This is beautiful.
Under $200, you can get that color. And again, it's faded, but I love how it's got a lot of color on it. And normally I would say throw a cushion that has color, that ties in with your wall. Here it's like, you know what, a neutral linen.
This is enough.
That's all you need. And again, the rug is cotton, but as you said, it has this nice kind of understated pattern, but it's got a lot of color in it. It's easy to clean. I was again imagining the stone floors that my aunt has in Malta. This rug would be perfect. You can just shake it outside.
Absolutely. And the art.
And the artwork. Of course, artwork is really important, and I did find a lot of young Europeans that I was speaking to, they invest in local artists, which I think is fantastic. So this is a beautiful home sense piece.
Right. We invest in local retailers.
Yes, exactly. But absolutely, I think that's an important thing to do. But again, I wanted it something that stands out on its own, but also ties in and isn't overwhelming.
Yeah.
But of course, the wall color, I could have easily used white. I could have used something white, but isn't this beautiful? This is ocean air.
Oh, I love it.
And I used an eggshell finish, so it's got a little bit of sheen. Right. And to bring in a little bit of the old, I added this panel detail, very subtle, but again, I think it just adds some dimension and texture that you can easily add yourself, or if you're lucky enough to have 500-year-old walls, then you don't need to. You can just put the colorful pieces against it.
It always adds that hint of sophistication, the paneling. I just think it's so lovely.
And when it's all painted out the same color, again, it's just dimension and texture, so it's not too contrasty.
Right. So are you sticking around for a while? Are you traveling again soon?
I'm traveling not till July with the kids, so we're good.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to go with the kiddies. That's lovely.